I'm lucky to live right across the street from a 100-acre sod farm. It's owned by our township, but it's privately managed and operated, and our community is allowed to use it for recreation. So I was out there one morning, as I typically am, walking the dog, and the dog stopped to sniff something, and I'm listening in my earphones to music, and I stop with the dog, and I'm enjoying the day, and I look over, and I see about 150 yards away from me in this field, a woman, and she's walking her dog off leash. And I'm kind of jealous because I can't let my dog off a leash, or he'll take off exploring and I won't see him again till dinner time. And so I'm looking and watching and kind of admiring and getting a little bit lost in the moment. And all of a sudden I see the woman looking over towards me, and it's far away, so I can't quite make out what she's saying, but I see her raising her arms and going, da 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 da, something like that. And I don't know what it is, but I think it was directed towards me. So I make this kind of shrugging noise and kind of look like I'm, trying to find out if she can repeat that. And she does, and it kind of still like da 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 das. And I don't know what she's saying, but then I remember, I got music in my earphones. So I make kind of a deal out of taking them out and then look at her again. And I hear, da your dog das. And I'm like still not knowing exactly what it is. And then I think maybe she said, let your dog loose. And I think, she wants my dog to go play with her dog. She obviously doesn't know my dog, and I can't do that. And so I look over at her and I'm thinking, you shouldn't let your dog loose where we live anyway. So I just look back and I yell, I can't let my dog loose, leash law. Well, that seemed to set off some kind of internal chemical reaction in her. And she all of a sudden was like turning red, and I could tell from 150 miles away there's something, because there's like an aura on her. She gets this military posture and she's looking really, and she takes this deep breath I can see coming out of her, and then she just yells, clean your dog mess. And look, I didn't know. Apparently my dog had changed from sniffing to squatting while I was looking at her, and I didn't catch it. So I'm, looking at the dog's looking guilty back at me, and I'm looking at her. But I'm also conflicted because this is an agricultural field, and I always pick up my dog's mess if we're in a park or in somebody's property. But I was always of the opinion that this creates more fertile farmland. And so it doesn't hurt. It's 100 acres. How could someone actually step in it? It would be like violating the laws of probability. And so I'm not, I'm feeling like this lady's kind of overstepping her bounds. So I decide, I don't want to get into a debate with her or anything about this, but I'm pretty sure I've seen other people who just let their dogs do their thing. And I think I'm right about this. I know I've got the best of intentions anyway. So rather than get into the debate, I just looked back at her and said, I'm sorry, I can't let my dog loose. And then I turn around and I start walking away. Well, she's back there and she's, I keep looking over my shoulder just to make sure she isn't chasing me, because she's pretty angry by now. But I'm walking away and she's just kind of strutting around back there. And but the whole time I'm getting kind of more and more angry at her, because I'm thinking, I'm a law-abiding rule follower, and I'm concerned about not only fertile farmland, but the rainforests and the dolphins and the cycle of life. And she's letting her dog run loose, and there's leash laws in our township. So I'm just kind of, by the time I get back home, I'm huffing and puffing, and then I remember there's a sign right across the street about rules in the field. And I'm thinking, if I see her again, I want to be able to direct her to that sign, because I'm sure it says something about the leash law on there. So I go over to the sign and I reading down the list about, no discharging firearms, no motorized vehicles, no playing after dark, and all these things. I'm going down the list, and I haven't found what I'm looking for. And I get to the very last item, and surely this must be it. And I look at the item and it says, pick up after your pets. And I'm like thinking, oh, crap. She was right. I was wrong. And so I have second thoughts about my whole outlook on this situation. So I think, well, when I see her again, well, not only that, then I learned I was wrong about, dog droppings are not really good for fields. They don't help plant life. They're not good for the water table. They could make other animals sick. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, how did I not know? So next time I see her, we're still like 150 yards away. And I think she's kind of like giving me the cold shoulder, but I keep watching her. And I actually have a plastic dog bag for the dog in my hand. And as soon as I see her, I wave really big and try to look friendly when I do it. And I've got this plastic bag that's trailing my hand like a surrender flag. And I'm thinking like I'm showing her best intentions. And she looks at me. And then I think I actually see a great big smile going from ear to ear on her face. Like, yeah, he got it. And I'm thinking, and then I'm just so happy because I think now every time I see her, I wave, even though she's way across the field. And I feel like we're friends and everything's great. Except one thing still gets my goat. It's those people who go out in the field and don't pick up after their dogs. Like, what are they thinking? Don't they know how dangerous that is? Don't they read the signs? Good night, everybody.